Hello, hello. I am Jeffrey, and I am losing lane currently. I just played a game as Bard, really because I met someone online that he sent me a comment on one of my videos and just gave me like this thesis of a bunch of different ideas on how to play Bard, and it just got me thinking of me wanting to try out some new things on my own champion. One thing I mentioned in one of my earlier videos was you got to remember when to innovate and when to try new things and how to grow. And he was mentioning, I believe, something about Radiant Virtue as an item, which I had tried before. He might have even mentioned which runes to run, and I was like, you know what? Let me try this different build. I kind of got stuck in my Locket pit for a while, and so it's important to be experimenting. But this game definitely started out rough. My Varus just face tanked, and luckily we got some jungle pressure from Jarvan, which he had some misses, had some hits, but we ended up pulling it through. Our team gets into a pretty big pit early on. Luckily, that flash is wild. Looks like she's scripting or something. Luckily, our team was communicating, but we definitely started getting pretty tilted. And I had to mute all, but it is what it is. I'm going to be releasing a series, if you will, called Commonalities, where we learn how to VOD review and practice finding the root of our problems in games. And here is an example of just that. This would be me overextending whenever I think it's time to fight, and it's really that we're outnumbered and I'm not looking at the minimap. And the more time you spend looking at someone, like you're chasing them down, the less time you're looking at the minimap and figuring out what the correct play is across the map. Right there, I at least I was looking. In my commonalities video, I show you guys me backing in a bush and just getting absolutely owned. Okay, so here you're going to see pretty much everyone flaming each other and getting really upset. I'm sorry, Winston. It's my dog. Everyone gets really upset, and I mute all, and I say, you know what, I'm going to focus on the map, I'm going to focus on what I see in front of me, and we're just going to look for opportunities, which is really what Bard's all about. This game, I wish I would have run Lucidity boots earlier so that I would have been able to roam around. The Varus places are really well. You could say that, or you could say the Caitlyn flashed really poorly, but it's a little bit of both. Because whenever this Lux rush boots too, she lost some damage, but roaming around the map early as a support is really valuable. So I wish I would have completed my boots. I think I've hyper-focused on the item Radiant Virtue too much. Here is the same exact situation. Just as the one in bot lane before, I was between towers, targeting one person over and over again, just focusing on them hyper, and it got me killed. Now here we had better priority, which is why more people were able to show up. But I was clearly the person that was spearheading this play. And so, look at that. The FF vote comes up. Jarvan, I think, gets out. But this feels so bad. I mean, we're only down 3 kills, but you can see we're down 2 outers to 0. Kassadin's wailing on our bottom inner. And it just feels really bad. But I feel like people forget that resiliency is a skill. Resiliency is a factor in these games. And the team that gives up first, for sure, is the team that ends up losing. Here I prematurely flashed because I was trying to guess when he was going to R. I would say if I were to get better at this game, I would wait until I see the animation of Kassadin going into Riftwalk, then I would have flashed. I got a really good exhaust and a double stun on the engagers. Anytime that happens, your team is getting peeled for proper. So we line up a stun on the front line. We trade 2 for 2. Well, I guess 1 for 2, and we end up cleaning up the Caitlyn. So they get our tower off that Baron push, but they're not able to get the inhibitor, which is really good for us. So this is one of those plays where it feels like things are kind of stabilizing. Now, the Volibear was, air quotes, losing lane, but it felt like he was actually able to hold the Camille in the side lane for at least some time. Unfortunately, our Rumble face checks the red jungle there and dies. But this ends up actually going our favor because I land this long-range double stun. Varus hits a huge Q on their jungler, so the Baron threat's down. We both drop down to 0 health. Look at us running around. Holy cow. We've got like 100 health between the both of us. And then we got to back up and defend our stuff here. And once again, look at your map, look for picks and opportunities. This Lux has boots 2 and Shurelya's, and she's not able to outrun my R. Really good. She uses her full combo on me, and I'm not the carry. I'm not the one that's going to die. I try to get out of there because we're getting flanked. I run into the Camille. My only way out is Flash Blast Cone. She goes into the pit and it cancels her ult. Now, my awareness tells me that there's a Caitlyn above me and a Camille to my right, so I have to be careful with my very few health. She engages in the Cataclysm, double stun inside of there, men. I'm just getting so much value, and I effectively shut down the Camille that fight. That was a very good fight for me. You got to point it out, though. I definitely got lucky with that. Okay, so I could be looking for a tunnel out of the Baron play, but since I'm afraid of Baron getting stolen, I just play bodyguard and mark the Elise. And when you mark someone, that means that you are pretty much playing, like in basketball, it's called playing man. Like you are right on top of them. You're going to make sure that they can't do anything that they want to do. And so I'm just trying to shut her down. Here, even though I'm full muted, I am trying to calm to my teammates. Be careful. The Camille's splitting. We could just go kill her for free, and then we could play the map. She ends up teleporting in as our top and mid laner go in there. I think the Rumble gets out. She kind of just shits her pants on the wall there and doesn't go with the rest of her E. So now we're pushing through from inner. My ult misses, but to be honest, I shouldn't have gone for the Kassadin there. If I would have ulted the immobile support, we would have had a better chance of getting a kill. And I'm surprised my Q doesn't stun against that little thing there. And then Kassadin flashes out and ults back in. Not sure if that was the correct play by him. So this is where you feel the tempo is really starting to shift. It feels like we are... You almost want to win here, but so many people throw in this position. Don't go for Nexus Towers unless you think that you are going to win. Now here they end up fighting us. I believe the Camille is on a flank from middle. The Kassadin just barely squeaks out a kill on the J4, and now it's just up to chase. Luckily, my journey's up. I go in here, Q flash. I miss the Caitlyn, but slow her, combo into the Lux. Everyone goes in. I speed up Rumble. It's just a cleanup game from there. Now, the only thing that's going to get in between us and winning this game is the Camille. I'm just looking to use my R immediately, and y'all, I don't know how we did it, but we squeaked out a win. Anyways, I appreciate you guys watching. Let me know if there's any topics you want to cover. I'll see you in the next one. GG's. If only I don't have me.